Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Millennial Versus. I'm your host, Keenan, and today we've got something very special in store for you guys. We're diving deep into the heart of my hometown, Memphis, Tennessee, and we're bringing you an exclusive interview with an incredible band. Without further ado, let's welcome the talented ladies of the soulful sounds of Elevation Memphis. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We have talked about collaborating for a while, and so the fact that we get to be here and do this it means everything to me.
Us too. We're excited to be here. Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
So I'm Melanie. I am one of the founders of Elevation Memphis, and we are a alternative music band.
Nice.
Hi, I'm LaShawn, also one of the founding members, singer, songwriter, play flute, some percussions, and just we run the band.
Yeah, I also sing, and on some of the songs I play the bass. We actually have another third person in the band, and he's our music director. He's not here today. His name is Darren Lee.
Up there.
What's up, Darren?
What's up,
What's
Darren?
up? So again, we are collectively Elevation Memphis, and we just started writing original music for over a year now.
Wow. You guys have accomplished so much in a year. We're going to get into that. We're
Okay.
going to get into that.
Okay.
First, take me back. Like, how did the band form? How did you guys start doing this?
I think I need to go back a little bit further than the band forming. So I've been singing since I was about 6. Um, High school, we had an interfaith mass choir. So anyone who was between ages like 6 to 21 could join this choir, any denomination, any race, any gender. So I kind of started taking singing a little bit more serious. Um, Went to college, military, moved to Memphis, started singing in a Pink Floyd tribute band, backup, for the last 18 years. And then while I was at work, Melanie shows up. We become friends. Well, she gives the great story on Cubicle Move Day.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. I got to hear it. I
All
got to hear
right.
it. Talk to me.
So I started working with LaShawn in like 2018, but then we worked together for like a year and didn't even really like talk much. But we had cubicle move day at work and we ended up by each other. And that's how we started talking. And she was like, she saw me and a friend on Facebook and she's like, oh, I didn't know you sang. And I'm like, I don't sing. We just kind of jam out. And I play the djembe, the African drum.
Oh, wow.
So she saw that and she's like, I want you to come and audition for my band that I'm in. And I'm like, what kind of band is it? And she was like, it's Pink Floyd tribute band. And I'm like, okay, I never heard Pink Floyd music. I always see the shirts though. So that's how I started singing. And then as time went on, we just started discussing starting our own band.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I've never even been in a band before. So we would just, every day at work, we would just come up with ideas about the band, what we wanted the name, what we wanted the name to be, what kind of music we wanted, wanted it to be. We both are very diverse.
Yeah.
So we were like, Elevation Memphis. And then we started discussing like why we wanted it to be Elevation Memphis. We wanted to show people how we can start from nothing and elevate, which is what we're currently doing. So that's how we got started. We had 2 members and we just continued to grow the band from there on.
Going back to that name for a second, Elevation Memphis, like that's such a powerful word.
Yeah.
To say like elevate, to grow, to extend in above and beyond and to be better than before. So with that word, is it break down Elevation Memphis specifically, right? Why did you feel like it was so important to use the name of Memphis? Why was
Okay.
that important?
When we were coming up with names, why do we want people, what do we want people to gain from listening to our music? We wanted them to feel inspired, uplifted, like, wow, they sung that. Oh, I can't wait to hear them again. We left feeling so much better than when we even came, where they did so many songs that we weren't expecting them to do. And they were elevated. And I
Mhm.
was like, Elevation Memphis. So Memphis came into play because there is Elevation, the worship group.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started, trying to get the LLC for the name, I'm like, oh, it's already taken. So let's add Memphis. Got those deep Memphis roots, and it
Yes.
just
Yes,
worked
God.
out.
Yeah. I mean, we want people to know where we're from,
Mm.
right? Where we started. We started in Memphis. Memphis is obviously music. And with us being predominantly African American in our cover band, we sing classic rock, we sing
Mhm.
country, we sing everything. So we not only want people to just be elevated, but to also be elevated in a way that we we hit all genres. So now we're wowing people.
Right.
Like, wow, they're doing everything. So we want to show people that we want to take them and ourselves to the next level. So it just made us feel good when we said elevation.
Yeah. I love that because, with being from Memphis, I talk about it like
Yeah.
with being from Memphis, I don't think people really understand the roots that the music and the depth of the music that we have and how
Yeah.
much influence we have. I think a lot of people will mention, especially with Black artists, we'll mention Atlanta a lot of times. We'll mention New York. We'll
Mhm.
mention baby Memphis is really it's those roots are deep.
Yeah.
And it's really important that people understand. So when talking to you, Mel, about the name, I was like, oh my God, the fact that you have Memphis in the name,
Yeah.
in the title, just to understand the importance of what we are, what we have, and where we're trying to go. That means a lot to me. So how do you guys feel that Memphis, specifically the city, has influenced the music that you do today? Especially when it comes to, like you said, your for a year now, you guys have been writing your
Yeah.
own music. How do you think that's influenced that?
We've had an opportunity to work with some of the best musicians the city could ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like once we get in the studio, we pretty much kind of know how we want the flow of the songs to go before we even start.
Mm,
But when you bring talented, quality musicians in who've done their homework and just let them play their own Memphis roots, it's
yeah,
like, wow. It
Yeah.
when it comes together and it's being mixed and we're sitting in there and it's like, this is Memphis. This is Memphis.
Yeah.
It's not Atlanta. It's not New York.
hmm
We're able to use local artists, collaborate with local musicians and artists, and it just brings that it's a new Memphis sound.
It
yeah,
is a new Memphis sound. I agree with LaShawn. And one time we had some people listen to a couple of our songs. Like we have one song called "Groovy Little Babe," and it's like a
love,
blue,
love.
like a blue, blues jazz.
hmm
And Memphis is blues,
hmm
jazz. Memphis is really everything, but the core, you
Right.
think of blues when you think of music. And we were out of town, and somebody was like, "Where y'all from? Because y'all are not from here. This music is not from here."
Yeah.
And we would say, "Oh, we're from Memphis," and they would say, "Oh, that explains it."
Right.
And that's because Memphis is everything.
It is.
To me, it doesn't matter what genre it is. It ain't just blues. It ain't just jazz. And I also agree with LaShawn that the collaboration of the Memphis musicians have just been, astonishing. It makes us feel like, yeah, we are a Memphis band. This
Yeah.
this is Memphis music. Um, and it's just been a pleasure to just work with so many great people in the community. The community is also Memphis, right? So they support us so much more now than ever because now they have a great appreciation for our original music.
hmm
They see how hard we work.
Mhm.
They saw where we started.
Right.
They see us elevating. So it's really just been an amazing journey and a beautiful thing to just sit back and watch. Um,
I think we're definitely going to be leaving a mark on Memphis.
yeah,
I think you guys already have. I think you guys definitely it when you like you said before, when you think of Memphis and music, there's so many artists that have come out of there, so many, you have to think about the genre. So you can think about a more, I guess when he started at least, Justin Timberlake being more pop and,
Mhm.
but he has a lot of R&B,
Mhm.
country
yeah,
influence in the music that he puts out. Same with K Michelle. I love how she is I love how she's transformed from this like R&B artist to, doing more country. And she's like, but baby, I've been doing that. I've been yodeling. Y'all missed
Yeah.
it. I've been
Yeah.
doing that. And so I I love that you guys are sharing our roots and sharing the fact that we, especially again as Black artists, like we're not monolithic. We are more than just this. So don't fit us into a box.
Exactly.
And when I say Groovy Little Babe is my song, like I absolutely you guys can listen to it at anywhere. You can listen to it in the car. You can listen. It's just such an easy listening song. It's beautiful. Can you guys share some particularly memorable moments or defining moments in your musical career so far?
I'm always looking at LaShawn because I'm like, you want to go first? No.
I want to go
I
first.
can say it's not necessarily the original music, but one of the most memorable moments, which was actually recent, was Carla Thomas coming to the Tina
Ah,
Turner
Mm,
tribute show that we had back in October. It was our first full show, and Carla Thomas is a legend in music, and she came out and she came and watched our band, and that was very special to us. She didn't have to.
right.
She didn't even have to know who we were, but she came out. She took time out of her day. She had people with her, supporters with her, and I will always remember that. Um, and then the Tina Turner Museum.
yeah, that was going to be one I
Okay,
mentioned.
go ahead and elaborate on that.
So we were invited to perform at the Tina Turner Heritage Museum in Brownsville, Tennessee for Tina Days. It's every year, but this past year was the 50th year that they were celebrating. So we went, performed, had an opportunity to meet so many of Tina Turner's family members, her granddaughter, her great grandson, her
Wow.
niece. We all made connections. We've been talking on Facebook. To me, that was a very proud moment for us. I mean, and we'll discuss later how Tina came to be, but we never would have thought that in less than 5 months that we would have been meeting these people.
Yeah.
I mean, the doors that have opened since then is speechless.
We're on our third band right now.
Wow.
And I think what's even more memorable is that we were able to share that moment at the museum with Memphis musicians and also other Memphis singers. We have Karen Dillard. She has a band called Midnight Train
Yep.
from Memphis. They are a rock and roll band, but Karen can sing anything from blues, rock and roll, country. She can sing it all.
Wow.
She's a featured artist in that band. And then we had Gina Moore,
Yep.
who has a pretty extensive musical history in Memphis as well. She's also one of the featured singers in the band. We were able to take her to the museum and she sang with us. Troy Isom,
Yes.
he was our guitar player that night with Headband. He has a band called Headband. Check out Headband. And he's an amazing guitar player. His band is rocking. We had obviously our MD, Darren Little. Darren Lee is actually our MD. He was there. We had our drummer. His name is Darren Little. Um, he's a really great motivational speaker as well.
Mm.
I mean, we just shared it with so many
And Derek,
amazing people.
we also had Derek Michaud on
We had
bass,
Derek.
um, who actually did our first podcast, the Rhythm Section podcast. What's up to Derek and Jeff? Thank you guys.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we were able to share that first important moment with it wasn't just Elevation Memphis, it was all of us.
So for me, I used to watch Making the Band, and for me, that was like my everything. I was a kid, but like just being able to see how the bands were formed, how everything started from the infancy stage, and being able to say like, oh, like these are the struggles we dealing with. I didn't know me as an artist, or this is what, and especially having to come together to make a band. You're not a solo artist. You're not, it's not your story and just you alone. You have to collaborate. You have to work with other people with different backgrounds. And like you said, you did not start in Memphis. Where were you originally from?
I'm originally from Grenada, Mississippi.
Okay, so you still know the Memphis sound though, right?
Yes.
Before it's okay, okay. So, what are some of the struggles that you guys feel like you have dealt with, especially with being indie artists, being young Black artists? Like, what are some of the struggles you guys have dealt with?
One thing that I can say is the stereotype.
Hmm.
There are times when people have come to a show, not necessarily to support us, but they're just out, hey, I want to hear a band. So this band is playing. Let's see what they sound like. They come in and they see a diverse band, but you see two African American headliners
Hmm.
at the mic. So it's like, okay, are you got about to get R&B? Or are you about to get soul or Aretha Franklin? What are they about to do? And when we start singing, it's like, oh, they do REO Speedwagon,
Mm.
Eagles.
Fleetwood
And
Mac.
it's like, sometimes people see us and there's stereotype that we only do one sort of genre.
Hmm.
That has sort of been a struggle, especially with some bookings. If they haven't done their research to see we're an alternative band, we do covers of all genres, especially classic rock, 90s pop rock, today's today's hits, country, like Melanie was saying earlier, some R&B and soul. But you get that stereotype of you only do this type when we do it all. And then those people come up to us and say, wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Mm.
And then we just got a brand new follower. But for me, it's a stereotype, especially trying to get some bookings and people have not done research and they
Mm.
just think, oh, they're not going to be a fit. And then they go and listen to our music and it's like, oh, let's get them in. And that's how we've gotten a lot of our bookings. It's like people will call and say, why aren't they playing at your venue? They're diverse. They
Mm.
play all sort of music. That has definitely been one of the things for us is the stereotyping and not getting some bookings at places.
Yeah, I think we've had people say, we love Elevation Memphis. They're like an R&B band. We're like, we don't even really do any R&B,
Yeah.
so I don't
Where
really
you get that
know,
from?
where that came from. But, if you want to book us for an R&B show, we will do it
Yes.
for you.
Mm.
But we do let people know that we have a set list of all genres. As LaShawn said, I think that our main genre is classic rock. We all love classic rock, but we make it our own. So it may have a little blues in it. It may have, some
Yeah.
jazz sound in it. I mean, our MD he's naturally a church player. So we bring a lot of soul in a lot of things that we do, but overall the sound is the sound. And people hear us and they hear Elevation Memphis. I think that is definitely one of our struggles or has been. I think the other struggle has been the financial part.
Mm.
Um, it is very difficult to play for $400 when you have 6 people. You have quality musicians that are playing who are actually worth the $400 that
Mhm.
the whole band is looking to make. Not having the financial support from anyone other than just each other. We've had friends in the past, our friends support us off the top, but just a lot of the financial thing, buying equipment is expensive. LaShawn was able to, we collaborate together and we do everything financially together. So even if me and her don't make any money, as long as we have the quality musicians that are needed, we make sure they're paid.
Right.
Whether we're going negative into the show or not,
Mhm.
their page. So that has been a struggle for a long time. And I think we are just now
Yeah.
at a point where after a show we look at each other and we're like, just ate some money. I'm like, what? We just actually made some money. So that has been a really good feeling. Um, and we don't complain about it. I think that has been a positive
Yeah.
part from the struggle is that we've not complained not one time
Mm.
about not making the money. The only time that we may feel a little annoyed or down about it is if we haven't made any money, we gave out money, and people don't know the music.
Mm.
That is probably the only time I can say we've even looked at each other like, man, But we stay positive through the whole thing. But those are the two main struggles that I think we have had, and it has taken a long time to build a following.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just now really getting to a place where we can say, we have an Elevation Memphis following. It's a great feeling.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
I hope you guys sit in that and
we
really
do.
take the time to cherish that because, I mean, as someone who has the small podcast, which again, thank you guys for being here. Um, those struggles in the beginning, getting started, being clueless,
Yeah.
really being clueless. My heart was there, my intent was there, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go get a microphone and we gonna talk.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. And so when you hear like our earlier episodes, I know we were talking a little bit off mic, off camera, but when you hear some of our earlier episodes, you hear us in the closet recording. You hear the hangers rattling, and you hear like we're just like, what are we doing? We really don't know. And so for us to have come here, we really just have to appreciate the work that we've put in and how far we've come. And so I hope you guys are doing the same exact thing because I'm incredibly proud of y'all.
Oh, well,
Thank
we
you.
I am.
appreciate it. And we're proud. We're proud of you. We're proud of
Yes.
this. That's why we wanted to be a part of it
Thank
and bring
you.
something new and fresh to the year. Um, I think me and LaShawn definitely take time out almost every single day now to tell each other how great we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
We make it we make it known to each other like, okay, today is Tuesday. I gotta let LaShawn know how great
mhm.
she's doing. And she lets me know because we see the growth.
Yeah.
We see the growth. It doesn't always have to be negative.
Mm-hmm.
We're not negative people. So in order for us to keep going, we have to stay encouraged. If she's down and I'm down, we ain't gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
I can tell you that now.
I mean, you definitely have to keep a positive spirit when you're doing something like when you're an artist, specifically when you're an artist. A lot of times it's like, okay, well, I want to be recognized. I want people to understand my worth and know the value of the production and the work that I'm putting in. And it can be very disheartening sometimes being like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't understand, you know? And I know for me, sometimes I'll get in my feelings a little bit if I do hear a little bit of criticism. But I have to understand that it's okay. The art that I'm creating just might not be for you,
Yeah.
Right.
but there's somebody else out there who will appreciate it. I want to go back to stereotypes a little bit. Let's just say you had a booking and someone was asking you, okay, well, what kind of artist influence your band? What would you say? What answer would you give them?
There's not just been one artist. I grew up in a small town. We had one radio station, and that's what we listened to every single morning, which was classic rock. So my original influence was rock, heavy metal. At night, there was like an R&B radio station you could pick up. Sometimes if we set the antenna just right, we could pick up 1070 WDIA. But my first impression is what I would receive in the morning. So not necessarily one artist, but it was a type of genre. So for me, it was classic rock, 90s pop, like your Britney Spears, Alanis Morissette, who's one of my favorite.
Mm,
And then you have Tamia, you have Aretha Franklin, Kareem Bailey Ray,
mm.
so Stevie Nicks. So I can't say just one particular person or one genre, just a collaboration. That's one thing about our family. It was never just we were just raised on one type of music. I come from a musical family. We played instruments, we were in band. So we just learned to love like Harry Connick Jr. I mean, to Diana Ross, Lady Sings the Blues. Just I've been influenced by so much. I can't just say just one particular person, but collaboration of genres.
I love that. What about you,
Yeah,
Mal?
I would say the same. I didn't necessarily grow up on classic rock, but I grew up mostly classic R&B and blues. But as I got older and I started appreciating different genres, I'm kind of like LaShawn. I like everything across the board. But I think as far as our band and the musical inspirations just for Elevation Memphis, I think that we are just our own inspiration. Darren has his favorites. He's the Stevie Wonders, and LaShawn has her favorites. I have mine, from Joan Jett to Patsy Cline. I mean, we just go through so many different genres that when I'm writing, I'm not writing and saying, "Oh, I wanna do a song like Michael Jackson."
Mm-hmm.
When I'm writing, I'm thinking of a situation that I've been in or somebody's been in, and that's how I write. And then we all get together, and whatever sound comes of that, that's what makes it Elevation Memphis. Darren listens to what me and LaShawn have written. We already kind of have an idea in our mind, and then he kind of goes with it on the keys. But then anybody we bring in, um, we tell them to be creative. Darren doesn't tell our drummer what to do.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't tell our guitar player what to do. He gives them the main key sound, and everybody just gets creative.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we just make music, and that's why we have our own sound, because everybody's able to throw something in on it.
And Darren is not only a great church keyboardist, organist, massive on the Hammond, he also has a degree in music from TSU, and the classical music background that he has. If you all have not listened to Ain't No Sunshine by Elevation Memphis, listen to the beginning of that song and you can hear Darren's classical music.
Yeah, it's
It,
amazing.
he is,
And he's not just our MD. He's not just a classical music player or bass, because he plays our bass
yes,
too with
he's
his
left hand. Yeah.
He's a good person.
Yeah.
And that also helps me, LaShawn, and Darren connect well, because we're like family.
Mm.
Hasn't always been beautiful, but it's been beautiful to watch. How we've all just grown, and how we've all grown family wise as a band. So, shout out to you, Darren Lee. We love you. But again, as far as the musical inspirations, when we get together, we create our own. We don't think of anybody.
You are yourselves.
We are ourselves.
I love that.
Yep.
My favorite artist, her name is Dawn Richard. She was in Danity Kane, and she creates.
Oh, Dawn was great. Yeah.
She just says like, I make music.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, but what genre? She's like, y'all like to put me in this R&B box because you see me as a black girl, but
Mhm.
not a lot of my music is actually R&B. R&B influence, sure, and there's some in that, but she does electronic. I've heard her do rock. I've heard her. She has a song called L.A. that is very R&B and electronic feel. And at the end, she has Trombone Shorty who comes in and just blows. I remember the first time I heard it, I was in my car and I was listening with a friend. And this was back when you had to have, I had the old car where you had to plug in your phone
Oh,
and,
yeah, the
and
little
the aux, I had to
auxiliary
use the
cord.
aux. And we were listening to it and the song like fades out and then Trombone Shorty comes in.
Oh, nice.
And I took my phone. I said, no, we got to start this whole song over. I can't do it. And she just says, I'm an artist. Please just call me an artist, because
Right.
at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I don't like labels. I don't like to be put in a box. Just see me for who I am.
She's sensitive about it.
She's sensitive about it. And I get it. We sensitive about our stuff
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Yeah.
I absolutely love that for you guys.
Yeah, it's been great. I feel just really excited about our future. Um I'm enjoying the ride.
That's good.
Staying elevated.
Staying elevated.
Staying
I love
elevated.
that. I want to switch it up just a little bit. I want to play a little game with you guys.
Okay.
We're going to play this or that. So y'all tell me which one you would choose. All right, we're going to start with Memphis barbecue or Memphis soul food. I know it's already controversial. I know from the
I'm
top.
going to go with Memphis barbecue.
I want to go with Memphis barbecue.
I came into barbecue late in life. I would have gone with soul food. I would have switched.
Not
it up.
Memphis soul food. Not that it's
No?
bad, it's great, but I don't know. I just have a great appreciation for the Memphis barbecue.
Oh, it's the best.
It's
There's
awesome.
nothing better.
I think growing up in such a small town with a small knit community, I got a lot of soul food growing up.
Mm.
So coming to Memphis and trying the Memphis barbecue was a totally different experience.
I
It
agree.
is.
I'm the
So Memphis
same.
barbecue all the way for me.
Yeah.
What's your top spot then? If you say I got to go out and give me some barbecue, where you going?
Ooh.
Central barbecue,
Yeah.
I like
Porky's,
Central.
I like.
Rendezvous.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Rendezvous. I have not. I would go
Good.
to Central.
The
Yeah.
experience of going to Rendezvous, it's down this alley and then you go down these steps and it's like in this basement. There are no windows. It's amazing.
I love
There's
that.
so many great places with barbecue that I haven't even experienced.
Mhm.
So I just know I've had some good barbecue. Even on Bill Street, I'm like,
Yeah.
barbecue is really good. I think I had some at Roll Boogie one time.
Mm.
It's pretty good.
When people ask me what's your favorite barbecue spot, I'll say my Uncle Chuck's house. Can nobody do it better than him? So whenever I go back to Memphis, I'm like my Uncle Chuck's house.
No, my mom
He
can
was the
cook
worst.
now. Mom
Yeah.
can cook some barbecue.
Yeah. See, let's see. Next one, blues on the Mississippi River or jazz on Bill Street.
Jazz on Bill Street.
Mm.
Blues on the Mississippi for me.
Ooh, we got to divide. We
Yeah.
got to
I
divide.
want to be on the, for one, I want to be on the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
And for two, I would love to be listening to some blues on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I love the jazz too. But if I had to pick, I want to be on the Mississippi listening to blues.
Oh, love it. Okay, so we're gonna cheer for the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum, or we're gonna take in the views from the Memphis Pyramid.
Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies all the way.
Okay, what's the options again?
Are we gonna cheer for the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum, or
Okay.
take in the views from the Memphis Pyramid?
I'm taking the views. Man.
Ooh.
I want to take the views from the pyramid. You know, it's just me. I don't know. It's something about looking over the city. I've been to the top and saw the views, and they have like the restaurant up there.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something peaceful about it.
I haven't been to the top yet.
You gotta go to.
I
Yeah.
know.
First of all, you're going to the top.
That's what they. Oh.
You're going to the top. But yeah, it's something about going up there, the views, especially at night.
Mm,
It's just peaceful.
I
But
can
I do
imagine.
love basketball, and I am rooting for the Grizzlies all day. But I want to be. I didn't realize we had so many, like, this is that, and then this is this. Like, we different.
Because everybody think Mel and LaShawn, they're like two peas in a
Yeah,
pod,
they're
but
twins.
we're so different
We
when it
are
comes
so
to some
different.
things.
I look. I see. Okay, this is y'all. Hear me out now.
Okay.
Indie or mainstream?
Indy.
Andy.
Indie.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Graceland or the Memphis Zoo?
Haven't been to either.
Graceland for
Same,
me.
same.
Graceland for me.
Graceland.
Yeah, I love Elvis.
Love
I
Elvis. Haven't
I'm
been to
like
Graceland.
obsessed with Elvis and his music. It's like
Mm.
he was amazing.
Well, see, I have a question on here, and now you made me want to change it.
Well, don't change it.
I'm gonna have to, cause cause now I know you're gonna be biased. So now I'm gonna be like, gotta switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake, K. Michelle, or Yo Gotti?
Yo Gotti for
Yeah.
me.
Ooh.
And I'm not even like I
Yeah.
don't listen to a lot of rap, but I like Yo
Mhm.
Gotti. Yeah, I can totally appreciate
I've
it.
got to add one to
Tell
that
me.
list.
Tell me.
3-6 Mafia.
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost put 3-6 Mafia.
3-6 Mafia,
I
Al
almost-
Capone,
Al
Project
Capone.
Pat.
Man.
You know, we reached out to Al Capone a couple years ago about
Mhm.
putting him on a song. So hopefully, Al,
Yes.
Come on.
when we're
It's
ready,
time.
we're ready for
It's
you.
time.
We're wanting to do like and that's one of the reasons why I said the Memphis Grizzlies, because I mean it's all about community, everybody coming together to
Yeah.
root on our team.
Mhm.
Let's collab and do a sports theme, not necessarily for the Grizzlies, but a
Ooh.
sports theme
Yeah.
song.
That would be amazing. I want to see more Memphis artists collaborate, especially like, sing like a K Michelle with Justin Timberlake would be wild. But like, what would that sound like? What would that look
Mhm.
like? Actually, my cousin is Avant, and so I've always said like, if I was an artist, I would love to work with family. I would love
Okay.
to work with people that I've taught to, people that and so like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And even with this past season, we were able to do an episode. I always said I'll never work with family on the podcast just because I got to keep my two worlds separate. But I was able to have my cousin, and we had a really deep conversation
Okay.
about grief. And I was like, this is, we don't talk like this. Like, this
Yeah.
is weird. And so just being able to work together and collaborate with family, being able to have people with similar backgrounds, like you said, like from Memphis,
Yeah.
that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Okay. Now these last three, I want y'all to hang in there with me
We're
because
gonna
we,
hang
we
in there
about to
with
we
you.
about to
We're gonna
transition
hang
a
in
little
there
bit.
with you.
Private dancer is simply the best.
Ooh,
Private dancer.
Mm,
private dancer.
ooh, that's
It's just
a little
sexy.
It
controversial.
is sexy.
It is.
Something about it. The vibe of it, the sound, the saxophones,
The
it's just
lyrics.
some
Yeah,
lyrics,
Yeah.
the classiness about it, the sexiness about it. Oh yeah, private dancer.
private dancer.
Yeah.
You guys are the
What would you
experts.
say?
I would have to clarify, and this is why I didn't. I would have to clarify: are we asking my favorite or which one uh, is better? My favorite, I would probably say simply the best, but
Okay.
I would agree with you guys that private dancer, like it just,
It's just catch. It's I mean, simply the best is catchy, but
it's
Mhm.
very sensual.
it pulls you in.
Hmm.
It's it just pulls you in.
Yeah. River Deep, Mountain High,
Oh,
or Nutbush City Limits.
River
River
Deep,
Deep,
Mountain
Mountain
High.
See, Nutbush City Limits. That's my song.
Really, I love Nutbush.
Good old Nutbush. That
But
gets me
when
there.
you watch the movie,
Hmm.
and just watching the movie with and listening to her in that moment with that song,
Mm.
it just took me away. The lyrics to the song, the way she sings it, it just it's almost like a wail, like she's just letting her heart out. So I love it.
I'm gonna give
The
you guys that one.
instruments are just on
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah, and I love the backing vocals on that.
Oh man.
I
Mm.
just stand there and just wait to be able to just like
Listening to
yes.
every instrument that was incorporated, because I think it was like an orchestra,
It was
a full band orchestra. It was just amazing.
with Phil Spector. Yeah.
Last one. It's gonna be the biggest one, I promise. Proud Mary, or What's Love Got to Do with It?
What's love got to do with it for me?
That was so quick.
Yeah. But what's love got to do with it?
I remember when that video first came out. I don't remember how old I was, probably on one age myself. But I just remember seeing her walking down the sidewalk in these heels and this
Mhm.
middle-aged woman. I'm like, who is this? I want to do that. So I would like go and find my mom's wigs and put them on and try to find a blue jean jacket. And I just got inspired from Tina at such an early age. So what's love got to do with it?
Yeah. What's love got to do with it for me too? I love Proud Mary.
Mhm.
Everybody's singing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody's singing it. So that what's love got to do with it for me is very inviting. The sound of it
Mhm.
is something about the sound of the song. Even though the lyrics are not so much sexy, but the sound of the song, and I just love that. It's just classy. It's just got a classy sound. But when I hear Proud Mary, it's fun, but
Hmm.
everybody's doing it.
Yeah, and it feels like everybody's in the club. So
Yeah, it's like
everybody's in the
you
club.
walk
We all
down
know
the
how
street,
great that is.
everybody's doing Proud
Everybody
Mary.
there.
Everybody's proud.
I will say we all three agree on that one. So I
Yeah.
love the fact that we get to end on
Let's
that.
see, my mom's name is Mary.
Uh-oh.
So when that song comes on,
She's like, this for me.
it is for her. Mama Mary. I let her know. She comes on stage
Yes, she does.
every time Proud Mary comes on.
We love you, Mama Mary.
We love you, Mom.
We love you.
Last time, all the Marys came on
Yes,
stage.
all the
I think
Marys.
it was like 2 or 3 of them.
Wow.
And they were getting it. And I was like, I love this.
Yes,
I
it was
love
great.
Awesome.
Yeah. You'll see when you come to the show.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
When I tell you I am a definite 100% yes.
And we are shouting you out.
Yes.
Millennial Versus will get shouted out at the show.
Well, I appreciate it. So I want to talk a little bit more about Tina Turner because this is, first of all, let's talk about how incredible artist that she is and how she's influenced so many people, especially like we can talk about, me personally, I like to have conversations about there's artists, there's performers, there's singers, there's producers, but I mean, with her, she's the package, you know. You have beautiful music, incredible music. You can sing, you can dance, you can perform. You are an act, and that's something that is really unique and rare, especially I think nowadays. So when it comes to Tina Turner and everything that you guys have been doing, how did this whole opportunity come about?
Melanie found out that Tina on Broadway was coming to the Orpheum, and she was like, "LaShawn, you want to go see Tina?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'd never been to a play at the Orpheum, and I'm thinking, what better opener than to see Tina Turner on Broadway? So we went. It was definitely life changing. Melanie and I are just sitting there like, wow. The conversation that we had afterwards, I'll let Melanie finish.
First of all, my stomach has been growling. I'm sorry. um, so we obviously do Proud Mary in our cover band. And for a long time, I've been watching Tina, and then we started incorporating What's Love Got to Do with it. And it's like, man, these songs are just, the people love them so much, right? So in the back of my mind, I'm like, I really want to do like some more Tina songs. And I'm like, it'd be fun to dress up and we just do some Tina shows. Because in our city, we have a lot of tribute bands. So I started noticing the trend of people starting the tribute bands and them being most of them very successful. So I'm like, okay, what can we do to elevate even more? Because everybody's doing covers, right? And people love covers. People love cover bands. But what can we do to do something different? So, and I had been thinking about it for a long time. Didn't really say anything. When Tina on Broadway came to town, I told LaShawn, like she said, you want to go to the show, and I was hoping that it would really inspire her because I want to say before I might have mentioned something about it to you, and you were like, I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we went to the show, and after the show, it was like LaShawn was like, we can do this. And I was like thinking, yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
See, there was a secret
It
agenda the
it
entire
was an
time.
agenda, but I wanted her to see, for one, she already knew how much people love Tina, but to be in that moment, to see the people on stage, to see how the crowd was reacting. We don't have a Tina Turner tribute band in Memphis.
Mhm.
So it just brought something different. So afterwards, a few weeks later, I brought up the idea back to her, and then I told Darren about it. And it was still kind of like, we don't really know if we can get people there. And I'm like, how could we not? It's Tina Turner. Every song that we sing by her, people love.
Mhm.
And we weren't even singing Nutbush and Simply the Best. We were just singing two songs.
Wow.
And
I
people were
think I was
loving it.
thinking that we wouldn't have enough in the library. I'm like, I love Tina. I know Tina. I don't know enough Tina tunes until we started looking at the list. And I'm like,
She don't
we
covers.
can do this. We
Yeah.
can do this.
Yeah, because when we started recognizing, like, okay, LaShawn's like, I know all these songs. And I'm like, yeah, she does cover songs. It's
Mhm.
not just, Proud Mary. It's Drift Away and all these
Mhm.
big songs that people know. A Whole Lot of Love. So once we started, we put our heads together. They bought into the idea of the band. And we were like, okay, well, we'll just do like one show,
Mm-hmm.
see how it goes. When we got our first booking, shout out to Neil's Music Room and the museum, but Neil's gave us the first full show. We started prepping immediately, um, getting the song list together, me and LaShawn, sending it to Darren, him getting arrangements. We got musicians, and we just kind of went from there.
And this was we went to the show in February. We started planning in March. And in May, Tina passed.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we had already posted the show
We had,
in March of last
Wow.
year. So we were like, man, maybe Tina could come. Didn't
yeah.
really I didn't realize how ill she really was. But, as LaShawn said, she passed.
I think it's beautiful though because you guys get to keep her legacy alive and show the world how important she was to music and beyond. Because music is so universal. Everybody gets to appreciate and respect it. And I think especially with younger generations, the music industry is so saturated and we have so many different I guess so many different platforms that we can use to get our music, whether it's Apple or Spotify or SoundCloud or I mean, I find good songs on TikTok and I'm just like, what
Yeah.
who is this? Where did this come
Yeah.
from? Same with Instagram where I'd be like, what's that song in the background?
Mhm.
Let me try to, so like, let me Shazam this. Let me try to figure out. And so is Shazam old now, y'all?
No, I still use it.
Okay, okay.
I love Shazam.
Okay, I was about to say, am I showing my age?
No, I love Shazam.
But what kind of challenges do you guys feel like you have faced with covering Tina Turner songs because she is so iconic?
Oh, I'm so sorry. My stomach is growling. I think I need a sandwich.
Um, I think for me, trying to make sure that I find the most vocally fit Tina song for me.
Man,
Um, and not that I'm trying to sound like Tina, but I want you to hear Tina come out of me
yeah.
because I'm an introvert. I am quiet until it's time for me to start singing. And then that's when it starts to come out. And I'm like, I want to give the best vocal representation of Tina that I can.
How do you balance that, like staying true to Tina's legacy while also saying like, but this is me singing. This isn't her. This is me. Like, how do you stay true to your artistry by doing that?
I think with us doing covers, we try not to just always do a song just like the album or by the video or by the radio version. We like to do it, as Melanie always say, the elevation way. So we put our own twist to it. And I think that's how I try to go about the Tina songs, keeping the integrity of the song, keeping the originality of it, but bringing it out a little bit more vocally my way.
Yeah, I agree with LaShawn. I think that, and for me, I think sometimes I feel a little more pressure because the main look of Tina
Hmm.
is me, and I'm like, I ain't Tina, and I'm not trying to be exactly who she is. I just want to be an entertainer and put on a show. We want to have fun, but we don't want anybody thinking that we are Tina. We think we Tina. We don't. We
Right.
know we're not. But I think as far as your question about just trying to maintain who we are, I don't sound like Tina. Sometimes when I talk, I try to mimic her sound, but when I sing, I'm always myself. I do the best that I can with trying to incorporate some of her sounds, but I'm not Tina.
Hmm.
And I think people can appreciate the fact that I don't sound exactly like her, but we're having fun, we're putting on a show, and we're staying true to ourselves the entire time. I'm still acting like myself. I try to do some of her dances, but you will still always see Mel on stage.
Hmm.
So that alone, I think, is why we have so much more fun, and that alone is why I think that the pressure that I was feeling before we had our first show, I don't feel it anymore because, for one, I'm with my family on stage.
Yeah.
So we're naturally just having fun. Whether somebody like it or not, we're enjoying it. And to me, that's number one, knowing that we're all having fun. And for two, we ain't trying to be anybody other than ourselves. We want to put on a great show for the crowd, but we want them to understand that we're just up here just having fun and trying to represent Tina the best way that we can.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And you'll see that when you come to the show, you're gonna
I'm
be like,
excited.
she looking a little like Tina.
Yeah.
But that is Mel up there.
Yeah.
And you'll see LaShawn consistently being herself as well. She's dressing in character, but she's still LaShawn with Elevation Memphis.
I love that. I think the last time I actually saw a live band was when I was in Memphis a few years ago because I think since the pandemic I hadn't
Yeah.
I'm a concert goer.
Yeah.
I'm a concert goer. I'm a fan of live bands, so just love music. And so I'm so excited to be able to see, first of all, see you, like both of y'all. It's gonna be exciting. So
It is fun. But I think we want people to understand that we don't think that we're Tina.
Right.
We know we'll never be Tina. I think when I was in character last time, that people were just having so much fun, want to take pictures with us, and that's the fun part about it. It's
Yeah.
like, come have fun with us. We know we ain't Tina. We just having fun.
we're just having
We're just
fun.
having fun.
Like we're all friends, we're all family. Let's
Yes,
all enjoy
yes.
it, get into it.
But when somebody tells you, like, your presence just kind of reminds me of Tina,
Hmm.
that's a compliment.
Absolutely.
we want our presence to feel like Tina. She was classy. She was beautiful. She was a very well put together woman. Her music was great. And you just never really heard anything bad about her other than the experience that she experienced. But as far as her character as a person,
Right.
I've never heard anything bad. So to me, that's a compliment for me and LaShawn.
Absolutely.
And that's also a lifestyle that Millie and I try to keep.
Yeah.
Um, we're not in drama. We try to go out and support as many artists as we can when we don't have gigs. And just trying to keep that great reputation. And, when we walk in the room, people like, hey, there's Mel and LaShawn. It's a great feeling, not, oh, here they come. No, it's welcoming. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what Tina would get when she would be out like, there's Tina Turner. Well, there's Mel and LaShawn
Right.
also.
Yeah.
It's a really good feeling.
And when I'm not with her, they're like, "Where's Melanie?" And then when she's out with me, "Where's LaShawn?" I'm like, "Gosh, you guys, yeah, we don't do everything together.
Well, y'all are two
But
peas in a pod.
we
We
are.
are.
I can tell. I can tell.
That's my girl. That's my girl."
Can you guys share any memorable on-stage moments, like from the audience, or even a funny moment, or even a behind the scenes, like when you guys are practicing? Tell me what that's like.
We have a lot of funny
Yeah, we
moments.
do.
Sometimes I look at LaShawn, she look at me, and we just kind of silently laugh because I might have missed some notes or missed some parts or forgot a whole line. So, we and then they kind of know when I have because I go back to like the beginning of something. And so it's just like an inside joke. And we look at each other like, girl, you missing a line up. So, we have moments like
Oh,
that.
yeah. When we're in the middle of a show, like at a place downtown, people are dancing, they're singing along, they're hype, and they want to try to get on the microphone while you're in the middle of singing, or they want to go over and play the keys while Darren's playing. We have some of those funny moments.
I
Like,
always touch LaShawn tambourine and, it's just,
In the middle
we
of
have
something?
some great
Yeah.
moments with the crowd.
yeah, we do. We have fun moments. Um,
Practice, we could go from having a great practice to suddenly going into church mode. I mean, we're diverse. We just play it.
Yeah.
I was like, Darren, play this, or drummer Darren, play this. We just
yeah, I think
hang out in the garage, practice.
Yeah.
We just have a great time in practice.
it took us a long time to get to where we are. As for me, as far as finally having fun in practice, I think me and LaShawn was trying to build so much structure that we may have forgotten how to really go in and just have fun.
Mm,
And now it's like, woohoo, we're going to practice. And it used
Yeah.
to be like, well, we gotta
Yeah.
go to practice today.
Something you have to do instead of
Yeah.
something you kind of want to do.
And
like you
now
enjoy.
that it doesn't feel like so much work and it feels like fun,
Mhm.
we have fun at practice
Mhm.
now.
That's good.
Yeah. I also think that life changes have helped us shape a more fun practice because now we're enjoying life. So now we can have fun in practice. Now everybody's having fun in
Mhm.
practice,
Yeah.
When you come with that good energy, even if somebody was having a bad day, it kind of starts to rub off on them.
Yeah.
And
So come to practice, we bring food. It's like we announce when everybody's here. It's like Darren's here, or Derek's here, Josh is here, and it just makes them feel good. Like, man, I had a rough day, but now I'm here with my band. I feel good.
yeah.
I always say we spoil them.
Yeah, they are
And it's
spoiled.
like, we do spoil y'all because y'all are so great.
Yeah.
You don't have to play with us.
Yeah.
People thought we wouldn't be where we are right now. And now we've got more musicians than what we can
Yeah.
even. It's more of a blessing than anything.
Being able to feel appreciated and respected for what you do, it means all the world.
Yeah.
I try to make sure that like with everyone I'm around,
Mm.
I try to make sure that they feel that.
Yeah.
Everybody, because like I feel like respect is like it's a basic thing. I think especially with older generations, we used to be like, oh, respect your elders, respect blah blah blah. Baseline level of respect you have to have for all people, and so
Agreed.
I can say a memorable moment about LaShawn recently at the Tina show.
mhm.
She's saying a change is gonna come. And I know because Tina sang that, and that's one of her songs. And I know before we started doing it, she was like, I don't really know how it would sound on it. I'm like, girl, you got this. And she came to the show and she just stole the show with it, right? And I mean, she was getting so much love, and it was just like, it had me in tears. And I'm like, waiting to go on the stage. I'm like, I can't have nothing in my makeup. But girl, she tore the song up, and people just felt it, right?
Yeah.
And that was a really, in my opinion, a memorable moment because people felt the connection of the Tina song, and then LaShawn on stage pouring her heart out singing. That's a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then recently, for me, it was like a Tina Turner audition in like UK.
Oh,
Yeah,
forgot
and
about
people
that.
were like sending me the auditions, and they're
Oh,
like, "You need to
wow.
go, you need to go,"
Yeah.
and it was like $3,000 to go, and I'm like, the auditions in like a week. I can't afford to do
Mhm.
that. And I started getting all this love from because sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not doing the best Tina, at times, and you get a little discouraged because those are some big shoes to fill.
Absolutely.
So then I started seeing all this love, like, wow, people really think I can, go to the Tina Turner audition and go audition in the UK. So I was just waking up on Facebook and even Instagram, and it was just a lot of love, and it made me feel good.
And I think if Melanie had gone, she would have been picked. Because when she walked out
She
on
my hype.
stage, I'm serious.
her
When
hype.
she
I was
walked
gonna
out
say
on
both of y'all.
stage, for What's Love Got to Do with It, in her dress, in her black heels and blue jean jacket, I mean, everybody was just like, wow. I mean, she is a true representation of Tina.
I
And
appreciate
anybody
that.
who comes to that show is just like, I can't wait to see Melanie as Tina. I mean, that really is a good feeling because I know my girl is gonna go out there and kill it.
I can't do nothing without her.
I love y'all's love. Y'all support like this is
This is my I
this is that black girl magic.
hype my friend up. And I feel like we're so connected to Tina. She was a rock and roll singer. She was
Mhm.
African American. It's just like hitting everything that we want to represent. So I think that it's been a positive shift with the overall band. I think we all feel more connected, me, her, and Darren, just having this new band. I mean, we've had our first sold out show. We've never had a sold out show. We were like begging for people to come to our first shows.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we got like 3 people in the audience. And now we're like, we got people that want to come out.
Yeah, there were some people who couldn't even get in.
Wow.
So
That is huge. That is huge. I mean, that's truly a
Because
testament
there
to the
wasn't any
work.
chairs there. All the chairs were full.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a testament to the work that you guys have put in, and I feel like it's really paying off for y'all. It's really beautiful to see. I think with Tina's legacy, being able to keep that alive, like I said, especially for the younger generation who may not know and understand like how incredible she was and how she influences a lot of the artists for today. I think that's really beautiful that you guys are doing an incredible job, and I can't wait to see y'all in person. I'm so excited. Before we wrap things up, I do want to play another game with you guys. I want to do some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So y'all be on your toes. Y'all ready?
you ready?
Describe your band in one word.
Eccentric.
Eclectic.
Ooh, love that. What song of yours do you love performing the most?
Ooh.
Told you I'm gonna keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I'm on my toes on that one.
Um, I love Hotel California by the Eagles.
Mm.
I love when we do our original song, Groovy Little Babe. It is fun. We jam out. We're smiling. The crowd is vibing to it. And that's a great feeling. They're jamming out to our music.
It's an incredible song. Seriously, y'all have got to please stream that song. What Tina Turner song do you love performing the most?
It's got to be a change gonna come at this point.
Um, Better Be Good to Me. My girl
Mm.
got a solo on it too.
Oh,
Cowbell. I'm hyping her up. Come on, LaShawn, that's my best friend. Come on. And she hitting it too.
yeah.
I do it over again. I'm
See,
like, come on, LaShawn.
I'm feeling like I got a little bit of FOMO. Like my time is coming.
Oh, it's coming.
Ooh. If you could collaborate with any other Memphis artist, past or present, who would it be?
Hmm.
Present for me, 3-6 Mafia.
Past BB King.
Mm,
I would love to just sit down and just write with him.
wow.
Yeah.
Those are both incredible.
I mean, the thrill is gone. It's just, that is some passionate stuff right
Mhm.
there.
What is the first album you guys ever bought?
Album? I think my first album was R. Kelly.
Really?
I think so. That was back when I bought CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I bought the whole R. Kelly CD or TP2.
Oh, I remember that.
I think my first album was Shannon. Let the music play.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Favorite venue you've performed at?
Ooh.
The Tina Turner Museum. The most recent
Mhm.
is probably the Tina Turner Museum. The impact that it left on me, just being there at that level, that was so far has been the most impactful place.
My favorite. Ooh, I got two.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
they're
I'm
equal
gonna let you
though.
have it. I'm gonna let you
They
have it.
are
I
equal.
know
And
one of them is, I think.
they're equal, and I say they're equal because Neil's music room, it's the energy in
Mhm.
there. For one, he gave us the opportunity that he didn't have to give us. But for two, it's like a family community of music up in there. When you go, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like, these people in here love music.
Mhm.
It's music every day across the board, whether it's karaoke, whether it's a band every day. And I just really love the feeling that I get when I go in there because everybody appreciates the music. It doesn't even matter the genre. Most of the bands that play there play all genres anyway. So to just see a diverse group of people enjoying that, I really love that. And then Ernestina Hazel's downtown.
Mhm.
Mm.
And the reason why I say Ernestina Hazel's is because you're not just singing to people from Memphis. It may be people in there from Italy. It
Yeah.
may be people in there from Amsterdam. I mean, people are from all over the world.
Wow.
So when we go, we're playing, we're not making much money, but we're building followings.
Mhm.
It's gonna be packed. It's a small place. It's a historical place. It's got a really great vibe, but it's packed from the front to the back,
Yeah.
and you don't even know who you're gonna run into.
Wow.
And when we leave, we gain maybe 20 to 30 new followers on socials, and that's not even paying for it.
Mhm.
And they're staying connected. They're streaming our music. They're messaging us. When are y'all coming over to Amsterdam?
Mhm.
Just like it's just a vibe.
Being able to build that connection with
Yeah,
people is so important.
people from other countries.
Yeah.
I mean, people are like, are y'all paying for streams? Half of the time, if it's in Amsterdam and we got 10 streams, they probably were in Ernestina Hazel's and heard us.
Wow.
We're not purposely paying for that.
That's I again as a podcaster, one of the things that I've learned is like I've talked to someone or met someone, from somewhere and I'm like, how do we get these downloads in Africa?
Yeah.
How do we get these
Yeah.
listeners in Australia?
Yeah.
I had someone I believe maybe from Germany who like reached out to us and was like, when are y'all dropping this next episode? Because y'all been a little too quiet for me. I need to know what's going on. I was like, oh my goodness, like
Yeah.
I called Laura and I was like, let's talk. We gotta figure out something. And
Yeah.
so being able to build those bridges and those connections are super important. And again, it's a testament to the work that you guys have put in.
It is. And when people put you on their playlist, now you've got friends who are looking at LaShawn's playlist. Oh, I see Millennial Versus on there. Let's see what that's about.
Yeah.
So it's just a chain, man. You got to market yourself wherever you go. And I think that Ernestina Hazels is a really great place
It is.
to market your band. You may not make much money, but you're going to be playing in front of people who can, you can build supporters from there.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
want to see you guys in as many of your elements as I can. Keeping it going, keeping it going. Best piece of advice you've received about being a musician?
Believe in yourself.
Mhm.
Believe in yourself and do not stop. Do not stop. Because there have been moments when it's like, I'm not sure. Should we keep going?
Mhm.
And it's always, yes, Melanie and I have worked too hard to just throw in the towel. And it's like, we keep elevating. It's like, what is the next level of elevation like for us? And it's really growing. So just believe in yourself. And for anybody who's out there and you're trying something new, practice,
Yeah.
practice. Listen to those criticisms, let it be motivation, and just keep practicing until you perfect what you feel like you want to do, and just keep going, because all it takes is one person. That's it, to say, you know what? A new door has been opened.
Mhm.
So if you're out there, you want to sing, you want to play guitar, you want to be any kind of artist, a painter, whatever, do not stop. Do not listen to the naysayers, because there will be naysayers. You
Yes.
have to find it within yourself, because if you're looking for the next person to hype you up, they're not. And sometimes your hype person may not be a family member, it could be a total stranger. So just believe in yourself, put in the time to perfect your craft.
And make sure y'all follow Millennial Versus. We want to thank Millennial Versus.
Yes.
Thank you, Keenan, for having us.
Thank you guys.
Little Rock, shout out to y'all. Y'all been
Yes.
good to
Y'all-
us. We
Yes.
got
Y'all
to
come
done it with
here.
Clarkin.
Crazy. Let's talk
Yes.
about that for a second.
Okay.
So last night I got this text, y'all, that was like, we just sang for Donnie McClurkin. I
And we
said,
did.
what, who, where, when, why, how, what? How, what? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Okay.
How did that happen?
So when we first arrived, shout out to Adrian Bellhop at Doubletree by Hilton. Hooked us up
Downtown.
last night. He mentioned that Donnie McClurkin and Marvin Sapp were in town for a concert. And, I'm not thinking we're going to see them, but it's late. We're at the bar, chilling, practicing some Tina tunes. And some of Donnie McClurkin's musicians walked in. And we were just sitting at the bar talking to his tour manager, and all of a sudden, I see Donnie McClurkin walk in, and I'm like, no, there's Donnie McClurkin. He looked so tired, performing for thousands of people last night. And he took the time to walk over to us, and I didn't even know he was standing there, so I'll let Melanie finish that part.
Yeah, we were. So when he walked in, first of all, I didn't have my contacts in, so I couldn't see. But me and her were going over some of the Tina Turner songs at the bar. We was just kind of sitting there and just really kind of having a business meeting about it, honestly. And we were singing, and he comes over, and he was standing there for a minute, and LaShawn didn't see him, and we just kept singing, and he was like, okay, then where y'all from? Y'all sounding good. And so LaShawn said we're from Memphis, Tennessee, and he's like, y'all just keep on singing. So we kept singing. So we're like dancing to him and stuff. And
That's crazy.
yeah, he started singing with us, but like she said, he seemed tired. We wanted to make sure we showed him respect, not, hey, can you take pictures with us?
Right.
Some people just want to get off work and go relax.
Mm-hmm.
And we understood that. So he asked us again where we were from, our names. We told him we had a Tina Turner tribute band, and he was like, y'all keep going. I mean, he was just like, y'all keep going. And I was like, give me some of that Popeye chicken. And he was like, I'm gonna go eat this. And then he said, y'all, have a good night. But that moment
Yeah,
was just special.
it was very special.
And then leading up to how we even got to that hotel it's like if you know the whole backstory, you're
Yeah.
like, if you
Oh
would
my
have
God.
stayed at the other hotel, you wouldn't have
See?
even experienced
You
it.
can't stay in spaces that are not for you.
No.
Yeah.
And we went in that space and we knew it was not for us.
And I'm so glad y'all did, because look at what happened. You guys were
Yeah.
able to meet gospel royalty, and
Yeah.
even beyond that, be reaffirmed in what you're doing,
Yeah.
and be able to say, one of the greats think I'm great.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's huge. That is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything you need to know about continuing doing what you're doing.
Yes. And I got a few more shout outs.
Talk to me.
Karen Dillard. Thank
Yes.
you. Gina, thank y'all for believing in the Tina Turner Tribute Band. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We've just got people that really didn't have to buy into it. They could have said, no. And
And
now
shout out to the dancers, Carmen, Mia, Kelsey. We did not mean to leave you off. Amazing
we're
dancers.
still thinking about people. We cannot leave them off
No.
because they are the total package. They complete the package to the show. I mean, it's like you can't have the Tina band without the dancers. Tina had dancers. Carmen is our choreographer. She also has a bartending business. So, book her if you need bartending business needs. Yeah, I want to give Kyla Williams. We just got a female drummer. She came in, she knew her stuff,
Yes,
and we
she
are
did.
excited that she is playing with us on March 23rd.
Nice.
She's playing at the Tina show. She is
Excited.
bringing the heat.
Yes, she
Drummer
is.
Bay, drummer queen. She is great. Make sure y'all follow her and check her out. I think that completes the list. If we forgot anybody, we love you. Please continue to share our stuff and listen to Elevation Memphis. We have new music coming out very soon. Until then, keep on playing that Ain't No Sunshine Elevation Memphis rendition.
That's awesome. I want to take the time to also thank my team a little bit. Y'all just
Okay.
got me feeling grateful
Get it? Ooh,
about the
ooh,
people we
ooh.
have in our lives. So I want to thank Laura, who you guys cannot see right now, but is always with me, my right hand woman behind the camera. Do you want to say hi?
Say hi, Laura.
Say hi, Laura. Come
hi.
on.
Here she
woman behind the
comes.
camera.
Yes.
She does an incredible job. Like, when I tell you, not only when it comes to the podcast, I mean, she's really my sounding board. A lot of times I have to go to her because I'm like, if I'm confused, like, what did I just do? What's going
Easy to
on?
work with, too.
She
I
absolutely,
can tell by her energy.
absolutely, when she wants to be.
Yeah. But y'all have a great connection.
Yeah.
So it works.
We do. We've known each other for a long time, and we actually worked together for years prior to this.
Okay.
So we know how to push each other's button when necessary. Thank you to Amelia. Thank you to Riley, to Tolly, to Josh, to Jariah. I mean, it takes such an incredible team to be able to put things together. I think a lot of times people think with a podcast, you record,
Yeah.
you upload. It's not the case. There's so many things with editing, with mics, and having to figure things out. With sponsors and trying to figure out what's going on here, like
Yeah.
what are we doing? And so I want to make sure that, like, with everyone, each and every one of you guys, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Laura, is there anyone we're leaving off? Trying to think. We have a small but effective team. Christina, oh my God, Christina. Christina, my ace. I love you and I appreciate you. She took over for editing when me and
Okay.
Laura were just like, we don't want to do this no more. Like, this is a lot of work. And we're going to pass this your way. Christina does an incredible job. Really just making, again, with us for the podcast, this isn't our main job. And so similar to you guys, like, we're just like, we do this for the art. We do this for the creativity because we love it. But at the same time, we have 9 to 5s. We have jobs that we do. And so the fact that everybody comes after work and on after hours and say, like, okay, we're pouring into this and we love this and we appreciate this, that means the world to me.
Yeah.
So Christina, you've done an incredible job. I love and appreciate you. I believe that's everybody. Small, powerful team we have. But
We do have one more person we
talk
cannot
to me.
forget.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Daddy
We did not. You already said. You said Danny Day. Lee Booth.
Lee.
He has been allowing us to practice
Yes.
at his space. He allows bands to practice. We want to really show Lee Booth an appreciation because practice space is very important.
Absolutely.
And without the practice space, we wouldn't be able to get a lot of stuff done. So thank you for opening up your home
Thank you, Lee.
to not just us, but most of the bands who, want to practice at your space. We appreciate that so much. And one day we're gonna buy you a big practice
Yes,
space.
we are league.
We got you, Lee. But yeah, we had to make sure we gave him a shout out because he just opened his doors to us.
Got to thank your people.
Yeah.
Your community is so important. One day, Laura, I'm going to buy you a car. I'm not. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Y'all let us be on the road with Elevation
Yes.
Memphis.
Hey,
Part of
talk
the
to me.
team,
Talk
part
to
of the
me.
team.
Listen, I can come do an interview anytime y'all looking like
Yeah.
it's.
You can open the shows up. The
Hey,
crowd going.
woo, that's some talent there.
Yeah.
You trying to put me out there?
Yeah, because you can do it.
I appreciate it.
You
Don't
can do
that
it.
to me like that.
You can do
Don't
it.
pour it to me like that. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part. We really appreciate it. I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for being here. Thank you for joining us. This has been absolutely incredible. My first interview, and you guys made me feel absolutely at home, so incredibly comfortable. Y'all don't know, but before we started, I was like, I'm nervous. They were like, you got it. You're used to this. So be sure to follow us on at Millennial Versus on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you guys want to shout out your social media, go ahead.
www.elevationmemphis.com. That's our website. Facebook, Elevation Memphis. TikTok, YouTube, Elevation Memphis.
Love that. And if you guys want to check out their videos, we're going to make sure we have the link in the bio in our description on YouTube. Thank you so very much for being here for this. Millennial out.
Stay
Elevated.
elevated.